A week after cessation of hostilities in Operation Sindoor between India and Pakistan, India is taking stock of what went right and what did not go right. While having a military edge, one confidence that every Indian has got is that India today has the technical advantage that it can protect India's borders very strongly and confidently, like the way it was displayed in Operation Sindoor. But one question that many are raising, and in fact, even the government acknowledges, is the fact that on a diplomatic front, India could not build a consensus against terror. India could not get the support of several countries, a few of them are allies, in terms of putting pressure on Pakistan to ensure that it stops terror on its soil. And that's something that government of India now acknowledges and has now launched a new diplomatic offensive which will ensure that 51 MPs from across different political parties will go out to 32 countries and reach out to the governments over there in trying to build a consensus to fight against terror and put pressure on Pakistan to ensure that it stops its support to terror outfits operating on its soil.
क्योंकि देश का पक्ष रखने के लिए मुझे एक अवसर मिला है और मैं ग्रुप 1 में शामिल हूँ, जिसमें हम सऊदी अरेबिया, कुवैत, बहरीन, अल्जीरिया, जिन कंट्रीज़ के साथ हमारे ऑलरेडी बहुत अच्छे रिलेशंस हैं.
India has suffered from cross-border terrorism for a long time now. For several decades, Pakistan has ensured that terrorists cross over to the Indian border and create havoc in India. India has raised this issue at several fronts, and successive governments have tried to build opinion against Pakistan. But now, with Operation Sindoor, the government sent a very direct message to Pakistan that it will not tolerate any more terror attacks and that every terror attack will be met with a surgical strike or any kind of offensive on the 21 terror establishments identified. But getting the support of the world is a very crucial aspect. All party delegations will be moving to different countries from 23rd May and speaking to people over there and trying to build an opinion. After the announcement, the Congress party found that most of the names it had recommended did not find place. And that's what has upset the Congress party, who has now tried to dissociate itself from this.
करके ही वो 4 नाम दिए गए हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि बिना सोचे समझे. 2 घंटे तक बातचीत हुई हमारे सर्वोच्च नेताओं के बीच में, कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष जी और हमारे नेता प्रतिपक्ष के बीच में बातचीत हुई और लोगों से बातचीत भी हुई, कंसल्टेशन हुआ और 12 साढ़े 12 16 तारीख को वो खत दी गई किरण रिजिजू को. तो और 4 नाम जोड़े गए हैं. वरिष्ठ नेता, वरिष्ठ नाम है, वो वरिष्ठ सांसद हैं. एक तो पूर्व विदेश मंत्री भी रह चुके हैं.
Though Congress MP Shashi Tharoor was invited personally by the government and has accepted that he will go with these delegations and speak to the world, his diplomatic experience is something that the government is banking on. But the Congress party is upset the fact that the names it had recommended have not been accepted. The task being assigned to these members of parliament is a tough one, because when these delegations go out to the other countries, there will be several questions that will be asked of them. Hate crime that one has seen in India and the kind of polarization that one has seen in India in the last couple of years, what will be the reply of these members of parliament and how
matured, responsible nation, the way it has dealt the terror and the way it has led this fight against terror is something the world needs to know. And
even during Operation Sindoor, we saw about 64 attacks on Muslims. Before that, we've seen around Easter, and before that, several attacks on Christian organizations making allegations of conversion against them. The right-wing trolls have made life worse with taking this platform of social media to international levels. Though Prime Minister Modi in the last 10 years have made several diplomatic outreaches through his visits, He's visited 72 countries in 129 trips. And that, if that was not enough, will these be successful? Is a question that many are asking. The kind of jingoism that one sees by the right wing trolls and the mainstream media is a big cause of worry. It has done a great damage to India's reputation and image as a healthy democracy. And that's where these members of parliaments will also have to take questions on the role that the government of India is doing in taming them. The kind of jingoism that one saw on mainstream media during Operation Sindoor and otherwise in the polarization that has come across on several occasions would be a very tough task for these members to answer. If India has to win this diplomacy war, it has to ensure that it keeps a united front in ahead and take all the parties together. So it's not only the BJP, it will be also the Congress and the other parties who will have to think that in nation's interest, sometimes the politics has to be kept behind. And that's where the government of India, before it looks out to restrain the world or to be able to get the support of the world, it will have to ensure that it creates an ambience and atmosphere of a healthy India, an India which is inclusive, an India which is true to the principle of secularism and ensures safety of everyone, especially the minority communities. Vijay Grover, Bangalore.